Progressive brings you Flowetry with Flow.
The better you drive, the more you save. Bears and bats, they live in a cave, but that's irrelevant here. So back to the subject we steer. Snapshot saves you money when you drive safe. I wear corduroy pants. I don't mind that they chafe.
The better you drive, the more you can save with Snapshot from Progressive. Visit Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in all states or from all agents.
Blog Talk Radio.
Hello, we're back. You guys are listening back to TC Sports Talk Radio, formerly, but now we are transitioning actually into a Steelers podcast for SteelerNation.com. So shortly, we're going to bring on our guest today, Steelers DB. He just had a great game last night against the Giants. But we're going to bring on Steelers DB, Mike Hilton. We'll talk to him about the game last night, about where he excels, where he thinks he can fit with Pittsburgh. I'll ask him a lot of those questions. But yeah, on our most recent team up now with SteelerNation.com, we went from TC Sports Talk Radio, from at Sports Update New York on Twitter, which was all sports in New York and all sports around the league, and we interviewed players from all over, all leagues. But now we are moving to just strictly, well, for the most part, strictly Steelers football, and you can go to our website, SteelerNation.com, and find us on Twitter at SteelerNation. As we just had Mike Hilton actually do a live Q&A on our Twitter page, so that just happened, and then he will be joining us in about 4 minutes to join the radio show. So he will be on shortly, and so he'll be on a couple of minutes. So Steelers last night won 20-12 over the Giants game. Mike Hilton had a big game last night. He had 7 tackles, 1 big sack that was everybody in awe, and he also had 1 fumble recovery. So he was one of the big stars from last night, and a guy that no one really expected. But seeing this guy in his first game, if he can keep performing, he has a chance of staying with the Steelers, which will be a great thing for Mike. He's been around for a couple. He's been cut a couple times, been around. He's been, I believe, in New England, but now he's with the Steelers. He also was teammates with DB Senquez Golson at Ole Miss, so that also could have helped him move into Pittsburgh. He's a good buddy of his, and just Steelers. Josh Dobbs, he started off a little shaky, but he got a little better as he performed throughout the game. But he started off throwing a couple interceptions, a little shaky from there, but then he threw a nice 44-yard. Well, at first he had a nice little run on third down. Then he threw a nice little 44-yard pass to Kobe Hamilton, who actually made a great play. And then he eventually threw a 28-yard touchdown to Kobe Hamilton. So that was a good sign from him. He also threw a nice little pass in the end zone to Xavier Grimble. That was also a great play, but it was called back. But it was a great throw on the run. And, in the beginning it looked a little bit as if maybe he was just rushing it a little bit. But honestly, I hope that as long as he can develop, it was one game. I know it started off a little rough. Fans were a little questioning about it and talking about him and Landry Jones and stuff, who's going to be the backup for Big Ben. But, I mean, it's going to be a process. Trust the process, like Joe Embiid on the 76ers. But anyway, so Steelers got the win 20-12. It started off Giants. They led 6-0. Steelers put up 3, got it 6-3, and then the Kobe Hamilton touchdown. And then the Giants got a couple more field goals, went up 12-10. Steelers got a field goal. This is one of those classic preseason games. It was 13-12, and then the Steelers scored a touchdown. They ran it in. It was late in the game, third or fourth quarter. But the Steelers got the win, so their next game coming up. So then they talk about Mike Hilton. He's been looking very good at camp, as everybody's saying. Looked great last night. This could be a great fit for this team. The front is looking great. TJ Watt, wow, what a performance for his first game as a Steeler. Arthur Motes, huge game on Arthur Motes. Tomlin said it's like when you put him in the fourth quarter, it's like having an 11th grader on JV. He was supposed to dominate, and he did that. But anyway, Arthur Motes, he's a monster. He had a great game. A lot of guys sat out for the Steelers. AB, obviously Bell, still holding out. Big Ben, Martavis Bryant, who's back at practice on Sunday. They all held out. or well, didn't held out, but they didn't play the game. Le'Veon Bell is holding out still, so hopefully he gets back soon. We need him to the field. So Fitzgerald Toussaint got most of the running game started in the beginning of the game. Niall Davis got a couple carries. He also kick returned. I'd like to see what we can get out of Niall Davis. Didn't really see much last night. But, I mean, Niall Davis, I thought he was an interesting pickup when the Steelers got him. But, so all in all, a win. Steelers been looking good at camp. Good to see Martavis Bryant going to be coming back. We'd love to. He's going to be huge this year. Martavis Bryant is just going to be. We need him. He stays a full season with the Steelers. I think he's going to have 2,000-yard receivers, and he's just a big. Every time he has the ball, there's a chance of a big time play. But just wow. So we're going to bring on Mike Hilton in about a couple of minutes. He's actually on the line now. So we're going to bring him on now. So, hey, Mike, how you doing today, Mike?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing well, man. So anyway, great game last night. You guys got the win, 20-12 over the Giants, and great game. It was 7 tackles, 1 fumble, and 1 sack. So big game, great game last night, man.
Yeah, man. It was just confidence going into the first game. I had a good training camp. I was able to put some plays together during training camp and just carried over to the game. Yeah,
so it was just you looked great out there. You're pressing a lot of fans out there. Tom Lindy was even impressed that I saw. What do you think you think you can bring like a lot to the Steeler team? What do you think you can bring to them?
I feel like I can bring versatility. I'm a guy that can do it all in the secondary, and also show that I'm willing to go down and make plays on special teams. So just being that versatile guy that they can move around and put me in the spot. Yeah, based on that, what do you believe that in your game you excel the most, and what do you think you can work on the most with your game? What I excel is more of my physicality and tackling ability. I feel like I'm a pretty solid tackler, in the open field or in closed spaces, and I feel like my playmaking ability also. And what I need to work on, my man coverage more press, man. Being comfortable pressing the defenders and just playing out off. Yeah, well, we hope we really could bring it to you could bring a lot to the Steelers. We hope to see you there with them. But I mean, anyways, when you decided to come to Pittsburgh, did you happen to reach out to Sinquez? I actually didn't. I didn't talk to Sinquez until I got assigned to the practice squad. That was the funny thing about it. We always talked about what if we played together after college and we ended up on the same squad, and it's been fun. And what did he say about the Steelers when you eventually did sign? He said it's one of the best organizations to be around. The coaches, the teammates, just the organization as a whole. It's one big family, and they all got one goal, and it's to bring that Lombardi home. Right, man. Stairway to 7, man. You got to get 7 this year, man. I'm telling you, we're going to get 7. Sure. But anyway, man, what do you think that, in your opinion, what's the toughest part about being a DB in a corner? Just not knowing what to expect. As much film as you can watch, you can get some type of breakdown on offensive routes and offensive schemes, but they can always throw in a wrinkle and copy for the next game coming up. So it's really just the part of being unexpected, knowing what's going to happen. Excellent, man. So in practice at all, man, I got a couple questions. One of my buddies told me to ask you this too. He said, have you ever got a chance to take on AB? You have. Is he that tough to guard? How is AB? If you had a chance to guard him at all? I haven't personally guarded myself. They usually keep him on the outside, and I'm most likely on the inside. But just watching him and watching his releases and the way he can get in and out of breaks, and he's obviously the best receiver in the NFL, and he shows it by his performance. Yes, and with Martavis Bryant also coming back, he's been back with you guys. Well, he's just getting back now. You guys got fully reinstated. You guys, on the offensive receiving side, got some pretty dangerous weapons with AB, him, and Eli. So, I mean, this is going to be a great team this year. The defense looks pretty well. Oh, yeah. We know how explosive our offense can be. We know as defensively as a whole, it's going to fall on us. Got to get the stops and the turnovers to get them extra possessions and let them do what they do best. And Mike, with the defense, man, how much is
Coach Lake been helping you guys out and helping you out especially?
Coach Lake, he's a very technical coach. He's all about technique, working on your footwork and hand placement. So he's really helped out the secondary a lot. And personally, he just helped me with confidence. He just told me, go out there, just don't press, just be who you are. You know the scheme, you make the plays, just go out there and keep the confidence high and just make the plays when they come.
And another thing with the defense too, we know that Mike Tomlin, your coach Tomlin, he specializes a lot with the DBs too. Has he ever did he help the DBs a lot individually? Has he ever helped you out? I know he specialized with them a lot.
Yeah, he comes over, gives us tips on, certain routes that offenses can run, or if they're lined up in a certain position, what to expect. He really pays attention to us, and he wants us to be, one of the top groups in the NFL. We have that potential. We just got to keep working towards it.
Right, man, right. So anyway, too, on the defensive side, who on the team right now, or at least on the defensive side, has helped you the most so far, player-wise, I guess?
William Gay, he's the guy in the slot, so I'm always trying to pick his brain and take tips from him. He's 11 years in, so he knows pretty much everything about that position. So just learning from him and taking the tips he can give me.
All right, man. Again, everybody, this is Mike Hilton on the line, DB from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Had a big game last night. But anyway, thanks for taking the quick couple minutes with us. We want to get our questions into you, man. It was a good time having you on for the past couple minutes. Thank you for taking the time today with the Q&A and everything, and good luck with everything the rest of the preseason, the rest of camp, and hope to see you on the team to start the season, man. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
No problem, man. Have a good one. So that was Mike Hilton, DB, Pittsburgh Steelers. Had him on for a quick little segment. Talk about a lot about the defense and the coaching staff and how it's helped him the most. Just having him on the team is just going to, I think, could really help the Steelers, especially the defensive backs that's the part that we're questioning, because we have the good teams, the good players. Well, everybody's a good player, but the studs so far have been up front with the linebackers and the OD line. But if the DBs can step up and we get a guy like Mike Hilton ready to step into that spot, could be a lot. So again, the Steelers won 20-12 last night. Going to go back to camp today or tomorrow. They had an off day today. Go back to camp tomorrow, get it going, and hopefully we see another win next week and we see a big season, and hopefully we see our guy Mike Hilton make the Steeler team. So again, this is the Steeler Nation podcast now, as we were formerly TC Sports Talk Radio, but SteelerNation.com. Check us out. Thanks again for Mike Hilton from doing the Q&A online and joining us today on the radio show. You've been listening to SteelerNation.com radio. Have a good one, everyone.
You're listening to Love Advice with Leanne. Caller, you're on the air.
Hi, Leanne. Longtime listener, first-time caller. Why, in your professional opinion, do you never take my calls off the air?
Is this Carl?
Yep, it's Carl. I mean, we had a few dates. Everything was great. I thought,
Well, when you switch to Geico, you could save a lot of money on car insurance.
Okay, awesome.
You should call them.
I will.
Geico, because saving 15% or more on car insurance is always a great answer.